So just to clarify, you're talking about comments on posts or private DMs or both?
Both.
Because I think those are different. I'm just trying to think as like a developer or an IT architect that has to manage all this content without just censoring everybody, right? And I think if I were LinkedIn or if I were a consumer to say, hey, this is the most important thing, I would start with DMs because I think that's where the most of the abuse happens, right or wrong. Yeah.
You shouldn't say anything, really.
Right, because there's not the world of LinkedIn to come back and say, wow, that person is XYZ for saying this. So I think in DMs it's having maybe some filters where it at least goes to maybe a spam folder where it's clearly this is an ad or someone's trying to sell you something, or someone's starting to say something inappropriate and you therefore never see it. I also think there should be a bot or something that looks at those messages and tries to decipher, is this something that's clearly inappropriate or abusive, and flags it, and it bounces back to the person and says, your message is undeliverable because of inappropriate content. And then they'll be, and I think that'll help stem the behavior, because it's not just, well, I'm not getting anything. It's like, I'm getting shut down by the system.
Sharon?
I happen to like that idea because I would prefer not to get messages that have been triaged, that have been deemed to be inappropriate. I mean, even when people comment on your, did I lose you? I think
your pictures disappeared.
Okay.
Yeah, you lost your video.
We're going to try and find the picture, but I just want to finish the thought.
Yes.
People still have to be respectful when they are commenting on something for everyone to see. There's a nice way of saying it and there's a not nice way of saying it. When people put out these political posts, you're putting yourself in jeopardy because you know that it's going to be guerrilla warfare. But I always believe, for the same dime, speak nicely. Make your comments nicely. Just don't go bam, bam. Now, for me, posting, I'm a school teacher who wants to read books. There should be no bam-bamming with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the state of affairs in a particular country. My comments should be benign. Does that make any sense?
That makes perfect sense to me. So the spam filter is something that, so actually connection requests in and of themselves tend not to be abusive, whereas DMs is where it starts getting either hard selling, cryptocurrency, fake charities, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be really hard. I mean, and I don't know, I'm not a programmer, but I think it'd be difficult to maybe program the system to filter out comments on posts. I think you have to be. I think there's a way to get out of maybe hate speech. At least start, with something that's just so clearly, wrong.
Yes.
And I'm be curious what LinkedIn's policy is about that. I'm sure they have policies. I haven't read them all. Do they really want to act on that, or are they kind of hoping that the people will come in? There you are. The people will come in and correct that for them and block and report and let that be the first line of defense rather than LinkedIn software be the first line of defense.
I'm going to offer you and Inga, dive in, because otherwise it's just two blokes chatting away. I'm going to dive in on the idea that it's difficult architecture to stop abusive comments. So if, and as I have asked and have been asked for, I ask for a recommendation that's written and I approve it before it goes on board, or it says, is this something you want to change? So there's no real reason except for so if you're playing social media in the game of social media is the maximum number of interactions in the first hour. But unless you're playing that game, every comment that's made, you just go, all right, click, 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 click. Yeah, we approve these. Scan through them, and you could do it. So the DMs and the comments, I think, are the same basic engineering.